Hey, DML coming to you here, and so want to ask you right now, please share the video. And I want to prelude this by saying there may be some profanity in this. I'll try to taper it down as much as I possibly can, but I am absolutely pissed off beyond description. So for those of you who follow me, you know that I always take the last 2 weeks off from work. I disconnect. You can see him growing in the beard, sitting in front of the fire. Just try to get away from all the nonsense I got to deal with all year long being in the news business. Sitting here just enjoying the fire, and my one of my sons says to me, "Dad, do you see this article from Breitbart that just popped up?" I said, "No. I mean, point being is I don't want to be doing that." He says, "Dad, you got to stop and you got to take a look." I said, "What is it?" And he started reading me what Breitbart is just reporting. And I stopped everything. I said, I have to do a Facebook Live. So I'm going to tell you right now, I am so at my wit's end. I'm at my wit's end. America is literally falling off the cliff. We've got Americans who they're barely hanging on. Our kids aren't in school. Restaurants are being closed down. I still don't understand how it is that I'm allowed to sit on an airplane next to somebody who I don't know, but I can't go to a restaurant and sit 6 feet away from that same person because Democrats are trying to protect me. They're trying to keep us safe. That's what they tell us. So as you may know, tonight the Democrats in the House approved a spending bill. And despite the fact that we've got people right now who are losing everything, they don't have jobs, or if they have a business, they can't make payroll. They're shutting down the country. In my 51 years, I have never seen anything like it. We have totally lost our voice. Our fellow Americans are hurting. I have a person who's part of Team DML. I'm not going to say her name. This is a person over the years who has always bought our merchandise, bought our CBD, donated to the DML Foundation, has been actually on Facebook last year doing an entire selling ornaments to donate the money to the DML Foundation so we could give money to veterans and sick children and stuff of that nature. I just learned today that she's barely holding on. She's going to lose everything. Everything that's going on, she's going to lose everything. This is a person who 2 years ago was paying $500 to go to a special dinner with me, okay? Now she can barely even scrounge up 5 cents. The country's hurting. And so what are the Democrats going to do? And I hope that you are somebody who voted for Joe Biden listening to this, because you need to get your fucking head checked, okay? Anybody who voted for Joe Biden needs to get their fucking head checked. Here's the title to what I'm going to read to you from the Breitbart article. And I want to let you know, I'm going to show you that I looked this up to make sure that this was absolutely up and up. Billions going to foreign aid and spending bill. Quote, gender programs in Pakistan and Sri Lanka, ship refurbishments. Tongue-tied. American taxpayers, still reeling from coronavirus lockdowns, will be shelling out billions to foreign countries if Congress passes a $2.3 trillion spending bill that was unveiled on Monday. The 5,593-page budget, okay? It was posted tonight, and I'm going to give you just a few little highlights from it. $169 million of your money is going to Vietnam, including $19 million to remediate dioxins, page 1476 of the bill. Unspecified funds to continue support for not-for-profit institutions of higher education in Kabul, Afghanistan, that are accessible to both women and men in a co-educational environment. $198 million to Bangladesh, including $23.5 million to support Burmese refugees and $23 million for democracy programs. That's on page 1485. I mean, they actually give you the pages. So I want to show you something, okay? It's no BS. I will show this to you right now. There you go. Page 1485. You see, shall be made available to continue support for not-for-profit institutions of higher education in Kabul, Afghanistan. So it's no BS. This is an actual thing posted by the Democrats tonight. So let me give you more, because it's just so sickening you can't even believe what I'm saying. $130 million to Nepal for development and democracy programs. Pakistan getting $15 million for democracy programs and $10 million for gender programs. Over in Sri Lanka, up to $15 million for the refurbishing of a high-endurance cutter, which is a type of a boat, a patrol boat. $505 million to Belize, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Panama to address key factors that contribute to the migration of unaccompanied, undocumented minors in the United States. $461 million to Colombia for programs related to counter-narcotics and human rights. $74 million to the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative. $33 million for democracy programs for Venezuela. Unspecified amount to Colombia, Peru, Ecuador, Morocco, and Trinidad and Tobago for assistance for communities in countries supporting or otherwise impacted by refugees coming out of Venezuela. $132 million for assistance for Georgia, and I don't mean Georgia with the recount. I mean Georgia overseas Georgia. And $453 million for assistance for the Ukraine. The Ukraine. You remember the Ukraine. We're going to give them the money. Remember the Ukraine? Yeah. This is what it is that right now the United States is putting in a spending program. This is what they want. Spends hundreds of millions of dollars securing borders for the Middle East countries. Yeah, no joke. Let me read this. A year-end spending package meant to provide Americans with economic relief during the coronavirus crisis includes using taxpayer money, your money, to fund border security in foreign countries. As part of the more than 5,500-page spending bill, the deal provides the country of Jordan with up to $500 million in your money to provide assistance to the government of Jordan to support the armed forces of Jordan and to enhance security along its borders. Yeah, this is no joke. This is no joke. Also, keeps MS-13 gang amnesty pipeline, limits border wall. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. When are we finally going to rise up? When are we finally going to say, you know what? Let's take to the streets. Because I'll tell you what I saw. I saw a cop kneel on a guy's neck, and a whole whirlwind of crap started because that guy died. And people took to the streets, and they looted, and they burned down, and they beat, and they killed, and they stole. And you know what? They're getting everything they want. And you know what we do? We sit here and we pay taxes so we could go give money away to other countries. We got our fellow Americans barely holding on. And you know what we do? We complain on Facebook. We tweet. We bitch and moan. But we don't take to the streets. We do nothing. We do nothing. Let me say this, and I know everybody watching here is a Trump supporter. Well, at least at this point, right? I hope you all share it. God knows who this lands into. If President Trump signs this if he signs this spending bill and agrees to it, I will have regretted my 2 votes. This is as un-American as pissing on the American flag. Do you understand? This is just absolutely insane. This country right now is the worst it has ever been. We have taken a flu season and treated it as if somebody took, no joke, somebody took poisonous gas, put it in a nuke, and blew it off in every city. We have overreacted to something like I've never seen in my life before. We are destroying this country brick by frickin' brick. And this seriously, this is more than pouring salt on the wound. This is pissing and shitting on the graves of people who have fought for this country over the decades and centuries, if you will, that made this country once great. People, the men who stormed Normandy,
Can you imagine if we said to him, hey, listen, I want to tell you why it is you stormed the beach, because we're going to give some money to Sri Lanka for gender equality. This kind of bullshit has got to stop. This has got to end. It's got to end today. Okay, we're going to be paying taxes in 3 months from now so I can send shit over to God knows where in Pakistan for gender programs? My ass. My ass. You know what? We hold an incredible amount of power, but we don't utilize it. We don't utilize it. We just shake our heads and say, I can't believe it, and then turn the channel and say, who's on Sean tonight? No, this has got to end. You understand? This has got to end. You do not take Americans' tax money and send it overseas when we've got Americans barely breathing. We could walk through any city in the United States of America and look at our fellow Americans living in fucking tents. Do you understand? Shitting on the ground. And we're blowing it off. We're looking past it. I went out and made movies on this. I've put them on. You could see them on Amazon Prime. Walking through, seeing American children eating out of dumpsters. And I'm going to send $200 million to Bangladesh? Are you shitting me? Who's coming up with this stuff? Who's voting for these people? Trump better take this and wipe his ass with it. That's what he better do. Trump better take this and wipe his ass. I don't want to see a fucking tweet. I want to see you wipe your ass with this bill. That's it. No other anything. I don't want to hear it. And if the Republicans in the Senate pass this shit, you got to be kidding me. This is a joke. This isn't $500. This isn't $5,000. This isn't $50,000. We're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. $169 million to Vietnam. $198 million to Bangladesh, $130 million to Nepal, Sri Lanka up to $15 million, $500 million, Belize, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua. Are you shitting me? Have you walked through the streets of any city in the United States? People can't pay their damn rent. Paying $2,000 for health insurance. For what? For shit. To make a co-payment. To be told, oh yeah, no, your insurance isn't covered here. Fill out this form. Fuck you. I ain't filling out anything. Get this shit, get rid of it, and straighten up. This is asinine. $500 million to Belize. $460 million to Colombia. For what? What are we buying? Fucking cocaine? $74 million to Caribbean Basin Security Initiatives. Are you shitting me? We can't secure our own border, but we're going to secure everybody else's? Give me a break. You're going to keep me safe? You're going to keep me safe, Nancy Pelosi. You're going to keep me safe. I'll tell you what. Keep yourself safe. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. Gotta wear your mask. Put your mask on. Put my mask on? Why don't you donate my fucking mask to Belize? How about that? $33 million for democracy programs in Venezuela. Oh, really? Can't you see it now? Can't you see the top dogs sitting there in Venezuela? You know, if we just had $33 million, we could fix our whole fucked up country. Maybe we could get it from the U.S. We could start with having some real good democracy programs. No, I'll tell you what it is. It's going to be $33 million sent to Venezuela. Some prick in Venezuela is going to stick $32 million in his own pocket and take another $1 million to go buy himself cigars and whiskey and women. Unspecified amount to Colombia, Peru, Ecuador, Caraco, Trinidad, and Tobago, because they do so much for us. It's unbelievable what Tobago does for us. It's unbelievable what Peru does for us. Haven't you? Come on, you know it. Thanksgiving, you were sitting around with your family if you were allowed to. Remember, you were told you weren't allowed to. Gavin Newsom could be with his family. Everybody else could be with their family. Nancy could go get her fucking hair done, but you can't do anything, right? So you're going to sit there and you're going to sit around, you're going to talk, you're going to hire, oh my God, we have one extra, what are we going to do with Uncle Harry? Don't let anybody see Uncle Harry. It's one too many people in our household. Don't take pictures and put it up on Instagram. But you know what you did when you sat down and you carved the turkey and you sat down, you took your fucking mask off to take a sip of water, then you put your mask back on because that's what they told you to do. You know what you gave thanks for. Thank you, God, for Peru. Thank you, God, for Ecuador. They've done so much for the United States. Ecuador has done so much for the United States. And of course, Ukraine. You got to throw back money of $453 million Ukraine. You got to keep that money going to the Ukraine. $132 million assistance for Georgia. I'll tell you what, how about instead of giving $132 million to the country of Georgia, we give $132 million to the state of Georgia so it can get its fucking shit together and count votes like people count votes. Jesus, shit. My father was in Vietnam. He's a total fuck up. Because he's fighting for this country, so this shit, my asshole. Let me tell you something, Trump. You better not sign this shit. If I see another politician get up there, well, we're working on a bipartisan bipartisan your asshole. Just get your head on. None of this makes any fucking sense. 5,000 pages? Well, we're gonna spend. We need a new spending bill. We got Americans who cannot feed their kids. And these pricks in D.C. who get paid $180,000 for fucking tweeting. That's what they do. What does AOC other than go on Instagram, tweet, and fucking walk around New York like she's the queen? What else do these people do? Never seen anything like it in my life. Fucking kids they can't pay anything. They come out of school with $200,000 of tuition debt. They can't find a job. Oh yeah, I got Mike Lee, scumbag out of Utah, pretending he's some conservative, standing up in Senate when nobody else is around, saying, yeah, we need to pass this comprehensive outsourcing fucking plan where we're going to take in unlimited amount of people from around the world and stick them over in Facebook. Oh, that works. That works for our kids here in America. Fucking great idea. Well, DML, somebody's got to be the janitor. Yeah. My ass. My ass. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. One of these days, the American people are going to get a real leader. You understand? A real leader. A real leader who doesn't let this shit happen. That's it. That's it. You know what? You know what I would have done if I was coming up on 2020? You know what Trump should have fucking done? I would have hired hackers to hack the hackers. That's what I would have done. You understand? You fight fire with fire, not these assholes. Strip away their salaries. $180,000 full benefits, chauffeurs, the whole thing, staffers. Got a woman in California trying to keep a restaurant afloat, doing stupid shit that nobody should have to do. All right, we'll eat outdoors. We'll separate by six feet. I'll do 7 feet. Wearing a mask, doing all the different shit she can. Why? So this way, some prick in LA gives a permit to people in a production company to do the same thing they're telling her she can't do. But it's not like it's down the block. It's not like it's upstairs or in the basement. 50 feet from this woman's restaurant, they gave a permit. So this way, the scumbags who are all connected in can do something she can't. And did you see the video about the girl in California? I think she was on Fox News. Who gives a shit? She still doesn't have a restaurant operating. Where's anybody doing anything? But we're going to give $500 million to Belize. Unbelievable. And let me tell you something, this doesn't piss you off. Somebody gets me an email. Somebody sends me an email that says, you know, DML, I agreed everything with what you said, but you used the profanity. Fuck it! Who gives a shit? A device said, fuck, shit, asshole. How can you not? What asshole wrote this bill? What absolute fucking moron sat with a calculator and said, okay, $3 trillion, $4 trillion, how many trillion do we need? Well, wait a second. I know we haven't still figured out what we're going to do with our own homeless. I know we still got vets fucking killing themselves every other day. I know we've got people who can't pay anything. Oh, but don't worry. Belize is going to get $500 million. But Johnny America, good news. We got $600 coming to you in the next stimulus. And $600 for your kid. It's all good. $600 coming your way. So wait a second. I'm sending $461 million to fucking Colombia. Drug-ridden Colombia's getting $461 million. And Johnny America is getting $600. What is he supposed to do with $600? Seriously. Have you gone food shopping for a family of 4? I can tell you my son just went to go get food, just he and me, just for a week, $200 for the two of us. I said, what did you buy? $600, you're gonna be okay. These people spent 6 months to come up with $600 for you and fucking $198 million for Bangladesh. $23 million to support the Burmese refugees. You know what you'd be better off doing, my friend, right now? You'd be better off taking your fucking Social Security card, throwing it in this, and saying, I'm your refugee. I'm here for asylum. I'm illegal. Then you'll get everything. Then Nancy Pelosi's heart opens up to you. But God forbid, you're an American citizen who pays taxes. You're fucked. Well, you don't need anything. You've got white privilege. Oh, yeah. What else are we going to do? $130 million for Nepal. You know, there's been few people. You remember Nepal helping us out when we were fighting in Iraq. What are you talking about, the email? Exactly. $500 million to Costa Rica, El Salvador, Panama. For what? For what? To support the next series of fucking caravans? Oh, I fucking had it. These people can't find their ass with both hands. But it doesn't matter. Because they got your fucking money. They got you wearing masks. They got you telling you, you can't see Aunt Susie. You gotta be, you know what? No shit. My father-in-law is 84 years old. Just had a triple bypass surgery. Couple months, survived it. Couple months go by. Now, you know, because of his age, his hip, he could barely walk. Now they're pushing him around in a wheelchair. This is a guy who was at the top of the New York City Fire Department. He was the chief of training. This man was beloved by people. He's beloved by his family. My wife loves her father. All of her brothers, she's got 8 siblings, all love her father. Guy's going in for surgery. They can't even go see him. They can't even go see him. We got fucking people dying alone. No funeral. Can't have your loved ones. But we're going to send fucking $70 million to the Caribbean Basin. It's enough. It's fucking enough. Why don't we just send more money to Dominion? Why don't we give them a fucking contract now for 2024? Because they did such a bang-up job this year. Let's just fucking, what? Why am I working? Why am I working? Why don't I just fucking right now send all my money to Joe Biden? I've never seen anything like this in my life. You would swear to God this was a joke. You would swear to God this was a trick. This is like a trick article. All right, is this a trick article? Are you trying to screw with me? Are you trying to get my blood type? No, because I went in and I read it. I read it for my fucking self right there on the Democrats' website. All toasty. And you know what they say? These son of a fucking, these bastards. They get in there, they put this bill out. You think they saying anything about the money going to Kabul, Afghanistan? No, oh no. We're going to be helping. We're doing more in the SNAP program and this bullshit. Tell you right now, Trump, don't sign this fucking thing. You sign this thing, you will go down. You will go down as a scumbag. You sign this fucking thing, I swear to God. I will, Trump sucks will be the new fucking thing I say every time. Hey, DML coming in here. No, it'll be, hey, Trump sucks. Do not sign this fucking thing. That's it.